Hi, this is Scott Shawl, and I'm going to show you how to get started with Elementor, one of WordPress's most popular plugins. Okay, so the first step you're going to do is you're going to go to plugins and you're going to find and download Elementor. Over here, type in Elementor. And boom, it should be the first result, and it looks exactly like this. And I already have it. And then it will prompt you to upgrade if you want to, and there's several plans for it. Most of us usually just do the, if we do upgrade to Elementor Pro, we just do the $49.99 plan. That's what I have, and that gives me a little bit more bonus stuff I get to work with, and you'll see what I mean in a minute. So we got Elementor downloaded, and now we're going to use that to edit one of our WordPress web pages. We're going to go to Pages, All Pages, and then I created just a kind of a test website to show you guys. So a test page, and then normally if you already have Elementor uploaded, you could just click on Edit with Elementor on here. But because this is a new page, we kind of have to go into the regular edit to activate it, so to speak. So go ahead and do that. And up here, you see the buttons that says Edit with Elementor, and we're going to go ahead and click that. And voila, this is what an Elementor dashboard looks like. What basically it looks like. And you can see all the options that it has here for text, for writing text, for images, headings. If you want to put a video in, a button in, a spacer, all those sort of useful things. And then Elementor Pro gives you all these extra things here. And my personal favorite one to use all the time is your call to action, which basically a lot of things on a lot of parts of a lot of websites are a call to action, basically, and that's one of the most important things. So I like to put that on there. So just to show you guys. So, all right, I already have a header and footer uploaded in here because I already made that separately, and I'll show you guys how to do that in a different video. But to kind of get started with, a web page, the first thing you want to do is click on this plus, and then if you want add one thing for just one part of this website, then click on that one. If you want to add two or more, then click on these other two ones. So I'll do two of them of different examples so you see what I mean. So, and then make sure you click on the plus again within here, and then that will give you what you want here. And then just take this image and then drag it back to the plus. And then in this case, I'll just I'll add an image, and over here I can add that image by hovering over that. It says choose image, and I'll choose one from my media library, which if you watch my previous videos, you have seen. And I'll go with my website logo, the S² Shawl Sites for this instance. And you see how it's covering this whole page. Let's do another one, this time with two of these. You almost kind of want to think of this in like three parts, like an onion, so to speak. Step one is this whole section here. Step two is like the smaller sections. In this case, we have two here, whereas up here there was one. And then after you add something, then step three. So step one, step two, and then step three is actually editing the stuff within that plus that you got. In this case, that photo. And then here, I think I'll add I clicked on the plus, and I'll just add the text. And then you can just type whatever you want here, and that'll be your content. And then over here, let's do a button. Oops, Control Z out of that. And then, yeah, and then you can see how it's two things within the same section there, and then that sort of thing. So, and then always make sure to remember to click on update. That way it saves the changes and all that sort of stuff. To do the background, if you want to change the background color, you want to go over here to settings, and that's the settings for the overall thing. And then up here, typically there's 3 sections. If you have Yoast SEO, then in this case, it'll have 4 sections, but almost everywhere in Elementor, there's 3 sections. There's the settings, which is basically your general settings for everything. The style, which is kind of like the CSS stuff. It's kind of like the color and the font and controls all that. As you can kind of see, body style, I gotta click on that. And then advanced, which will allow you to actually put some custom code in there if you want to change something. So let's go back to style, background type, click on classic, and then that brings up, if you want to put an image there in the background, you can, or if you want to do a color, you can do that too. I don't know why it did that, but I'm going to click on it again, and then you can just choose whatever color you want. I usually do my research on my color in advance, and then I copy and paste the hex in here for that, or the RGB, whichever one you prefer. So in this case, let's go with green, light green, kind of like a popsicle. And then if I want to make the color fade, I can do that with this. And then boom, I'm done. Update. And then if you want to see how it looks on your desktop, you can preview the changes here, and it'll open it up on a different tab here. So you can kind of see everything we did here. We got the huge logo, the text, the button, and then that's still on there. That's the main title thing. We set that up when we first made the page in WordPress. And I'll show you how to get rid of that too. So if you don't want that on there. So here's the title here, a test page. Hide title, yes. So remember, you go to settings and then find hide title and then click on yes. And that's how you get rid of that there. And then we checked how this looked on the desktop. And we can also, if we go over here, next to where the preview changes is, there's responsive mode. And you have your options of testing it on the desktop, on a tablet, or on a mobile portrait. So remember how I keep saying how important it is for it to look good on mobile. So let's do that now. You can see the header here that was already in there for my actual website, and then all the other changes. And you can kind of see how they're, the thinner it gets, the more pushed into a single file everything is, as opposed to side by side. And that's perfectly fine for the sake of the design for the website, because you want to bring your users to your website, and you want them to stay on the website, and you want them to be able to do what they want to do without any distractions or difficulties. So then click back there, and then yeah, that's basically the gist of how to get started with the Elementor. So these are the type of services I provide. So feel free to let me know if you want me to do that on a more experienced level. Looking forward to doing business with you.